Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demo here in the UK. I have been a little bit missing in action just recently, so I apologise for that. Not so many videos coming out from me. I'm just trying to focus on I have another craft business, which is cards, quilled cards that I sell on Etsy. And it's been a bit neglected of late, so I've just been spending a bit more time on that. So not quite as many videos from me coming out, but I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm still here, and there will still be videos coming out. So anyway, this is our project for today. It was made for the Ink Stamp Share blog hop, which was a sketch challenge, and if you nip over to my blog, which will be linked below, you can see the sketch. This was my interpretation of the sketch. I'd realised a few weeks ago that I didn't have many good get well cards in my stash, so I actually decided to make this a get well card, just with Feel Better on it and some of the lovely pierced bloom die cuts from the pierced bloom set. So let me show you what I did. I'm going to change up the colours. So on this one I used Pale Papaya, Petal Pink and Pear Pizzazz with a bit of basic white. On this one I'm going to use Soft Sea Foam for my card blank, and for the other colours I'm going to use Fresh Freesia and Pool Party. So I'm just going to start by oh, my voice is gone. Start by scoring my piece of card. So this is half a sheet of A4. Sorry, my voice is really going. Half a sheet of A4. So a piece of A4 would be like that. I've cut it in half, and then I'm just going to score it halfway along the other way at 10.5 centimetres, or 4 1/8 if you're working in inches. And then I've got 3 panels to stick on here. Where's my bone folder? Put it away. Yep. I've got 3 panels to stick on here, and I've got the measurements written down here for you. So I've got 2 that are 3.5 inches wide, no, 3.5 centimetres wide, and 1 that is 6.8 centimetres wide, and they're all 9.8 centimetres deep. If you want it in inches, they are 1 3/8 inch across, 2 5/8 inch across, and 3 7/8 down that way. So those are all your measurements. So we're just going to get on and glue these on. A little bit of Tombow on the back here. And just a cocktail stick to just smooth out that glue so you get a nice thin layer of glue. Somebody pointed out that you don't get as much wiggle time, and you don't doing this, but actually you can still move it a little bit more so than you can with tape or things like that. Right, I'm going to put the other panel on the other end because I want to make sure that the middle panel is central. So these are Pool Party. These are from the family stacks of papers. You can buy brights, you can buy subtles, you can buy neutrals, you can buy regals, or you can buy the in colour packs. So I'm using Pool Party from the subtles pack today, and Fresh Freesia from the in colours pack, the 2021 to 23. Still some of my favourite colours in the 21 to 23 in colours. I love this Fresh Freesia. I love the polished pink. Of course I like Pale Papaya, like Soft Succulent. Evening Evergreen would be my least favourite, but that's because I just don't tend to make cards in those dark, rich colours. I like the colour itself, but I just don't tend to use it that much. And just line that up there. There we go. So we've got our 3 panels on our card. And then I have already die cut using some of the pierced bloom die. So this is the stamp set that goes with the pierced blooms. And then I've got mine mounted on magnetic sheets inside the stamp case so that they're all together. And I have cut one of these flowers from Fresh Freesia and one from Pool Party. So I'll just pop that one back. I then cut 2 little, these ones for the centres in white. And then I have cut 4 of these little branchlets, with 2 leaves on each. So you get 2, so you can do those. Don't have to go through the die cutter so many times. And I've done those. So I've already die cut all my flowers. What I haven't die cut is the medallion for the message, which is done with die from Tasteful Labels. I love this set. This is a really, really this is one of the sort of useful sets that you can use on almost any card. And today I'm using these two round ones that have got sort of zigzaggy stitching around them, which is really nice. So we're just going to do that bit of die cutting. But before I do, I'm going to stamp. And the stamp that I'm using, because I want this to be another Get Well card, I'm using this little stamp down here, but I've actually cut off the friend, because I don't know who I'm going to be sending this to. It might be to my mum, it might be my sister, might be, you know, anyone, my daughter, one of my daughters, my son. So I don't want it to say friend, so I want it to just say feel better. I'm just going to pop my grid paper out of the way while I bring my mini die cutter. Oh, and I just need to stamp first. So where's my piece of cardstock? Here it is. So I'm just going to stamp in Pool Party, just so that I can line it up nice and centrally in that circle. It's a bit tricky to do, although it is a clear stamp, so it should be possible. But I just find it easier if I stamp this first, like so. So I'm using Pool Party to stamp that. Just close my stamp pads. And then I can just centre that wherever I want it to be. And I've got a little bit of washi tape here somewhere that I had left over this morning, so I'll just grab that. Oh, torn it. Don't know if that'll be enough to hold it in place. Need a tiny bit of washi tape. There we go. So that is going to go through, and then I'm going to use the bigger one to cut a bigger circle. And that just gives a bit more interest to the label. I get a lot of inquiries about the mini cut and emboss. You do have to kind of slightly offset your plates to get it to go through smoothly. So just bear that in mind when you're using it. Sometimes it will refuse to sort of grab the plates unless you just offset them a little bit. There we go. I can put my die cutter away, bring the grid paper back, and we're ready to go. Right, there's all our die cuts. Bring back our card blank. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to glue the Feel Better in the middle of the bigger circle. So again, just gives a little bit more interest. I did do it just on the big circle and it looked a little bit lost. And I didn't want to introduce any other colours. So this just works to just give a little bit more interest there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that on my card and I'm going to glue the middle. I'm not going to glue the edges because I want to be able to tuck the flowers under the edges. So I'm just going to put glue in the middle here and place it about there. And then I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. Like so. And I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on 3 of these petals so that they can stand up a little bit away from the background to give a bit more dimension to my card. So just take the backing off those. And then a little bit of glue on the petals here, so to glue them, and they're going to pop under my greeting there. And the blue one, the Pool Party one, is going on the Fresh Freesia panel so that stands out. And then the Fresh Freesia one will go on the Pool Party panel. Is that the right way up? Yep. Just make sure you get these die cuts the right way up, otherwise you can either see or you can feel that as all the pierced bits, they either get rough. It's a bit like reading Braille if it's the wrong way up. There we go. Bit of glue on there. And on there. And then I've just realised that I don't know what I'm going to use for ribbon on here. I used a little bit of cotton, very fine cotton ribbon on this one. I'm just trying to decide what I will use on here. Got an idea. I'm not sure if it will work, but we'll give it a go. Whatever. There we go. And then we take some of our little two leaflets, and they are going to pop under there, like so. And another one over the other side. Like so. Use my tweezers to get that in. There we go. Put that in a bit more. There we go. Yeah. There we go. And then I'm just going to trim 2 of these. The other ones, I'll show you the inside of my card, my original card. I haven't planned to do anything inside this one, but I'll just show you what I did with my original. And that goes under there, slips in there. And there we go. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? And then just something just to fill out in this little corner. So I'm going to take some of my fresh freesia ribbon. It's going to be a bigger bow than the one we had before, but I don't think that's going to matter. But it will illustrate how perfectly all the Stampin' Up things go together, all the colour coordination, because I've got cardstock and I've got DSP and now I've got ribbon, and they will all be perfectly matched. So just tie tiniest bow that you can with this ribbon. It's very easy to tie a nice bow because it's so thin, this ribbon. Just is very easy to manipulate, and that can go on there. Those ends are a bit too long. Let's cut a bit more off. Maybe a bit more pointed, I think. That's better, and that's just going to pop on there like so. Don't often use ribbon on my card, so make the most of it today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a glue dot that I'm going to just roll over on itself, because otherwise it will show. Pop that in the middle there. Can be a bit tricky doing this because the glue dots want to stick. And then I'm going to put one on one of the loops and one on the other loops. And just pop that on there. There we go. There. And I've just showed the inside. So on the other card, I just did a white panel and another 2 little flowers, and that was what I used my other leaflet for, just to finish off inside. So there's my 2 cards. I've now got 2 Get Well cards in my stash, but coincidentally, my sister sent me a message today to say she's not been feeling well the last couple of days. So maybe one of these will go to her. Who knows? Anyway, that's it from me today. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to buy any of the things that I've used, please nip down below, and they're all linked to my online shop. Please try and use my code, which is on my blog, and again, that's linked. And then I can send you a free product gift next month. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and that's it from me today. Bye.